Okay, I've never done one of these before. This is my reaction video to Critical Role episode whatever's the fucking title, because I don't know which number it is right now, 60 something. But for all those people that do not know, Critical Role is a show about a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors getting together and playing Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dungeons and Dragons? Isn't that Satan's game? Isn't that just a bunch of shit nerds play? Yes, it is a bunch of shit nerds play. And no, it's not Satan's game. That's the Ouija board, and that's obvious. But nevertheless, every single person out there in the world needs to watch this show. And by watch this show, I mean you start at episode 1. There are 68-ish, 69, 70 maybe now episodes, and they're going to be about roughly 3 hours long. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fucking rat's ass how long it takes you to get through this show on the internets. You fucking do it. Because tonight was the most definitive episode of the entire series up to this point. And that is not a lie. And not only is it the most definitive episode in the series, I even go so far as to say it is the definitive episode of any storytelling ever. It's a roller coaster of emotion, as it is sometimes, from episode to episode. The acting is phenomenal. The storytelling is phenomenal. And as an aside, this is the thing about Dungeons & Dragons. The storytelling is not only done through the Dungeon Master, who lays out the scenario and the settings and makes up things as it goes, sometimes if necessary, and in the planning, but it's the actors, the players themselves. The decisions they make help shape the world and the story. And we almost lost one. It came one of the characters. We almost lost somebody in the game in a way that hasn't happened before. And it hit me in a way I've never been touched before. Because I'm going to say this, and you're going to get upset, but don't get upset. I have never lost somebody exceptionally close to me before in death. I've never really lost a friend. I've never really lost a family member I've been very, very close to. There have been grandparents I've lost that I was touched deeply by, but, you know, I hadn't talked to them in years and stuff and that kind of thing. And this, with what happened in these last 2 episodes, has been the closest I ever lost to losing somebody that I cared a ridiculous amount for. And I know you're going, it's a fictional character, who cares? I care. Thousands of people care. And for someone who has never had that, real life loss, it was extremely stressful, extremely moving. It's given me a slight slice of insight into what that has to be like. And no, I know it's not the real thing, but for me, it's the closest I can come to recognizing it or experiencing it, was through the loss of one of these characters. And the amount of emotion that went through this last week, with waiting to see how it came out, with how that it all ended up coming out, and being, and just the storytelling of this episode has been such a roller coaster. And even the ending. Matthew Mercer is the best Dungeon Master I've ever seen or heard of in my entire life. Jesus. That man can spin tail. That man can throw you a curveball. He can twist you like a corkscrew, or whatever the hell you want to say. Simply incredible. And go watch the show. Whenever you can. Start. And I guarantee by the time you get to this episode, you'll be sucked in. If you have an ounce of soul, if you have an ounce of empathy, if you enjoy fantasy and storytelling at all, you will be hooked. And you will get to experience one of the greatest gifts that's ever been given to the internet, as far as I'm concerned. And yes, there's been a lot. I know. But if you love fiction, if you love storytelling, if you love humanity, you will love the show. And I'm going to end it there. And I just had to share this with all of you other critters out there. Because I know if nobody else gets it, you guys get it. You guys understand. And that's what makes this community so amazing. I'm not very active in it. And a lot of us aren't, but we all get it. We all understand, and we all live it. There are family. There are friends. There are loved ones. And no matter what ends up happening, in the end, this is a story that we will share with each other and with our loved ones for the rest of our days. So in closing, Matt Mercer and cast and crew especially of Critical Role, I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for the gift you've given us. And there are really no words except thank you. And keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Because even the characters of the game itself give a very unique yet so relatable slice of life, humanity, and just how life is, man. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever watched. I love you guys, and I love all you critters. Is it Thursday yet?